Here we are in the 2025 Corvette. This is GM's finest vehicle, and we're going to find out. We'll put the pedal to the metal, have a nice little drive, and find out what this car is all about. This is the 400, for example, is the 450 some odd horsepower enough? This is the Z51 package with 1LT. So I think 1LT makes a lot of sense. You're not paying extra money for, things such as a track camera that, let's face it, most of us will never use. So really amazing bargain if you can go with the 1LT. But I do think that a required package to make this perfect are the GT2 cup seats. They look incredible. The base standard seats, I find, don't look that great. And on top of that, besides not looking that great, they don't hold you in nearly as much as these Cup 2 seats. So these Cup 2 seats look incredible with the carbon fiber. The shape's incredible. The feel is great. I don't mind one bit that they're in cloth. I would prefer kind of like a fake leather, a vinyl, sort of like Ford's Activix, which is recycled plastic. That would be better. Leather would be best, but this does the job. We have to remember the 1LT comes at an incredible base price, but I'd like these seats because it is an extra option to get the Cup 2 seats, GT2 seats. It's definitely an added option. So would like for the price to get a better material on the seats. Let's put the pedal to the metal here. Woo! Incredibly fast. That was fantastic. Definitely, pedal to the metal is fantastic for acceleration. Wow. Definitely don't need to accelerate more quickly than that unless you're taking the car regularly to a racetrack. That's more than you'll ever need. I do find it was missing a bit of sound. Now, this is the Z51 package, meaning we have Brembo brakes, sort of like Magna Ride or electromagnetic shocks. So those shocks will adapt to the road conditions based on whether it's bumpy or you're going through the curves at blistering speeds. Then in that case, it'll firm up. Downshifts are crisp. The shifting is very quick and very smooth. But I would like more sound. The only little thing I can critique here so far is the steering is very precise, very, very precise. You start to turn and the car reacts immediately, so I feel very much connected to the road. All right, now we're in sport mode. Maybe it's a bias, but that sounded louder to me. Definitely hear the road noise from the tires, but that often happens when you have a glass roof, plastic black roof. Nice little option. Black roof looks good. Looks very good. Oh, there is a track mode. Love the little graphic they give for showing you're in the track mode. Shifters, they feel great. Seems like metal paddle shifters. I like the feel. They feel like they're metal. They don't feel plasticky and cheap. And they go up high enough and low enough. The steering wheel is incredible. Love the shape of the steering wheel. Love the suede on the steering wheel. Very, very nice option. And the cloth seats, part of the seats are leather, but most of the seats are cloth. And I think the reason for that is they're so bolstered that people will be wearing off, be causing friction, rubbing against that cloth, which over time is going to probably uphold and stay, intact more so than if it was plastic or leather. Continue with the mode tour mode. So you're going to get softer suspension. I can feel it's more like being a bit on a cloud now. Definitely more movement when we're going over the bumps. It's less firm. This is your mode that you're going to, start your vacation on. You're going to say, I've got 4 hours, or maybe 8 hours of road to do. You're going to put it in tour mode. And there's also my mode. There is a weather mode, believe it or not. You could throw winter tires on this, or really good all seasons. Do a little bit of bad weather, a little bit of snow. People have done it. So weather mode completely to the left. I'm going to put it back to tour mode. So let's go into sport mode. Back to sport mode. We know tour mode has more of a lofty feel to it, more movement of the shock, just so that it doesn't hit as hard these roads. Seats by larger people. I'm fitting in just perfectly. Really is holding me in. It's a fantastic. Bad bumps here. Not bad on sport mode. Not bad at all. Let's go into touring mode. Tour mode. Actually, I like touring mode less on the bumps because we're getting jiggled and jungled and tossed around. Bit too much play in the suspension. Let's go back to sport mode. Okay, it's firm, it hits hard, but it holds the vehicle together. I prefer that. Very fast shifting gears. Coasting around in 6th gear right now at 82 kilometers an hour. About 45, 50 miles per hour. Love the tinted plastic top. It fits in the back trunk. And the reason I wouldn't take a convertible, yes, you lose all your trunk space in the back, still have the front one. You lose all your trunk space in the back when you've got this top in the back. So what's the point of these vehicles? Well, one point is to take a 4-hour mountainous road to a hotel where you're going to have a nice supper, sleep there, maybe come back the next day, get nice 8 hours worth of driving over 2 days or across the period of a week. That's what these vehicles are made for. They're made for touring and having fun in the mountains or going to the track. However, good luck. You put that top in the back and you're going alone, right? Backpack in the front, maybe 2 backpacks if you have a wife or partner who will accept traveling with all their clothes in a backpack. However, if you go convertible, you don't have that problem. You've got a nice sized trunk. You have to get kind of specially suited suitcases to fit in there. But then you're not going to see your engine anymore. And seeing the engine in the back through the window is one of the main highlights of this vehicle. And the interior cockpit is very much not traditional Corvette. Traditional Corvette is you get inside and you know, wow, I bought this for the engine, but the interior is meh. Transmission shifts extremely fast, but might not be all that reliable. So if you do get a new one, I think the advice is to switch out the oil right away for specialty oil. Otherwise, you can have transmission problems very early on. The motor, I think, is very bulletproof. But people usually get these for the motor. But this C8 Corvette here, you can actually buy for the interior. The interior is great. Yes, the dash is kind of like a soft touch plastic, but it looks good. It has stitching on it. The screens work well. Everything's well placed. Everything's where I want it. The huge RPM gauge with the speed is just perfect. I like this quite a bit. Now, do I like it more than my Shelby GT350, the 2017 Shelby GT350? No, and that's why. The sound. The sound is not what I need. This car is very exciting to go do some blistering, fast lap times. That's not my use for a vehicle, and I can't track a car that costs this much. At least in Canada, I can't get track insurance where my personal car is going to be covered as I take it to the track. So I'm going to be driving this to, take me to a nice restaurant 3-4 hours away that took me through a mountainous road with lots of bendies. So I want something that can handle really well, but not something that you feel is impressive and handling really well when you're going 150 or 200 kilometers an hour, let's say 100 miles per hour plus, because I'll lose my license, maybe go to jail. So I want a car that's exciting at, as soon as you press down on the pedal, and then it makes a ton of noise, a ton of sound, without it sounding cheap, like a no muffler sound. So let's see. Right now, if I slow down just a little, I'm not getting a thrill. I'm not getting a thrill going roughly the speed limit. And for me, I need a car that I'm going to get a thrill going the speed limit. So I find that this vehicle, the Corvette, C8 Corvette, is an incredible vehicle, but it's a precise tool. It's an incredible track vehicle. It's good if you like to calmly tour around, but with less space. It's a work of art. It's an absolute beauty of a vehicle, especially if you get the Targa top, because then you're going to be looking right down at your engine. It's one of the most beautiful vehicles you can park in your garage. But as a daily driver, it's not going to excite me as much as even a Mustang GT with active exhaust. It's not with the 5-liter Coyote engine. It's definitely not going to excite me as much as the Shelby GT350 with the flat plane crank V8 engine. The sound on that, you can be driving 10 kilometers an hour, 7 miles per hour, and it will be exciting. People will be giving you the thumbs up. People are going to come talk to you. The Shelby gets incredible attention. It gets much more attention than the Porsche 911. Yes. Yes, the Porsche 911 is it's older. It's not, maybe as flashy as if we had a 2024 or 2023, a newer model. Even if you have a 2020, most people won't tell the difference between a 2020 Porsche 911 and a 2025. But I get the most attention by far in the Shelby. I get a lot of heads turned and angry looks from sometimes older people in the 1991 Toyota MR2 because it's right-hand drive. And people literally will turn around and watch as you drive away, out of their sight of vision. And it is noisy. So I'd say the Corvette, to really be happy with it, I need a more exciting exhaust. I need to have a budget for what probably would be somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000 to really get an exhaust system that's not just a no muffler sound, which I find is awful, but a wow sound from the exhaust. And it's tough because you watch videos online and the exhaust can sound great, like a 911 with no mufflers, but then you do it in the real world and you're like, oh, this sounds, you know, does not sound classy. It sounds like the poverty-stricken exhaust, excessively budget option. But you know, I want to hear something when I'm rolling through town, and I want to hear more when I'm accelerating. But the acceleration, incredible. The handling, bumps and curbs, incredible. I'm very impressed. Some of these roads were rough. But whether we're at 2,000 RPM or 5,000 RPM, not getting the exhaust note or engine note that I want. I'm getting more excitement driving around the 1991 Toyota MR2 with a $2,000 exhaust on it, or a little less. More like $1,500 exhaust job. I'm getting more excitement out of that, and that engine is also right behind your head, but you feel it. You hit the gas and you really feel and hear that the engine's behind you. You hear the turbo, you hear the blow off. It's a very involving experience. Whereas this is a car that I would be very comfortable driving for many, many, many hours, but not feeling like I'm at the edge of my seat. Not a car that I can say, oh, better put on my big boy pants on before driving. However, I'm sure that I'm positive when driving this on a track, you'll need a change of shorts. Absolutely, because it is very, very fast. It has incredible handling. It's very precise. You feel in contact with the road. You feel like you're just inches off the ground here. It's an exciting experience when driven quickly, very quickly. And it's a relaxing experience when just driving around and, you know, coasting. This could be a daily vehicle, absolutely. Some bad bumps here. We're still in sport mode. It's handling it. Really bad bumps. Really uneven road with holes. Fantastic job. GM did a great job on the suspension on this. The car just needs to be a couple notches higher in the excitement department. Off track. On track, it will offer all the thrills and more than almost any driver can handle. But for the day-to-day, unless you like a quiet exhaust, you know, you could, right now, if I closed my eyes and was a passenger, I could believe that I'm in a four-door sedan that's, you know, made to move people on a daily basis. Really comfortable. But just lacking a bit of excitement. I always try to cover the pros and the cons, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't want anyone to get fooled. I like to say it as it is. And of course, when I'm sharing something, it can be a problem for me and not a problem for you. So really what's important is how you feel about it. So consider, do you like a quieter vehicle? If so, those were all positive points. Keep that in mind. I'm here, I'm Johnny, from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. My goal is to make sure that none of you get fooled, that you all get the best vehicle purchasing experience, that you learn the most as possible from what I try to be really unbiased and share the good, the bad, and the ugly with you all. So if that sounds good to you, if you're here to learn and grow in life as I am, please help out this small family business. I ask one thing of you: hit that thumbs up button. That'd be doing me a huge favor. It would really help out, would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already done so and you want to catch more videos like this that I try to do from a very unbiased standpoint, but with comparing with all sorts of different vehicles. We've owned over 80 vehicles here on the channel, and before the existence of the channel, of course. So lots of long-term reviews and lots of short-term reviews. So if all that sounds good, please subscribe, turn bell notifications on, and until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power. A special thank you to the members for really helping out, helping this channel to continue to survive. Thank you so much, members. So more cars and more power. Hope you get to put the pedal to the metal in a car that you love sometime real soon. If not, I hope this has been very helpful to help you decide whether you go test drive one of these or consider put it on the dream list, the bucket dream list. In the meantime, Godspeed everyone, and God bless. Take care.